Welcome back to this live edition of Flashpoint with 4 members of Congress. Congressman Mitchell said to me during the break, "You didn't ask me about my vote." I guess I didn't. How are you planning to vote?
You're making a presumption there. Well, I said earlier that what the requirements are, in my opinion, to impeach a president. Even the Speaker said it had to be compelling evidence that was bipartisan in order to move forward with impeachment. We haven't achieved either, but apparently we're going to move forward. I'm going to vote no because it doesn't meet the standard.
Congresswoman Dingell, wouldn't you feel better if there were at least a few Republicans on one side, or Democrats voting the other? I mean, wouldn't it feel better if it was a little bit more bipartisan?
Look, this is a moral issue, and I don't think it should be partisan. I'm not voting, I'm not putting my finger in the air and saying, what are my constituents doing? I didn't do that last summer. I think this is a really important vote. Yes, I would feel better if it was. I'm going to tell you one of the things that I'm worried about, and I have been repeatedly saying this for a year. Russia is trying to divide us. It's very clear in the Mueller report. It's an underlying theme that nobody talks about. We have intelligence agencies from other democracies around the world saying that they know that Russia is trying to destabilize democracies. I've said this to Paul, I've said it to many of my friends on the Republican side. We got to figure out how we're going to pull ourselves back together.
China's also trying.
That's what he always says to me.
We had a classified,
right.
we had a classified briefing last week about specific activities of the Chinese government as it relates to some members of Congress.
Yeah,
so it's not just, I agree with Russia, so is China, so is North Korea. It's a problem.
Not Ukraine. I
don't know about that, but go ahead.
One of the groups that Russia has targeted were African Americans to suppress and to discourage them from voting. So for me, this lackadaisical attitude and this embracing of foreign entities into something that's so sacred for Black America, and they know that our vote is so critical, that this is something to me that is, it hits that personal level of my commitment of office to be a voice, to stand up and say no, President. I can tell you, and I will say this to Mitchell and to any other Republican, if Barack Obama was doing the same behavior, I would be voting to impeach him.
Interestingly, Congressman Levin, we ended up with a very important issue, somehow kind of getting tangled up in the debate about impeachment. USMCA was passed into law. You all are still waiting, I guess, for a lot of the details on this. This replacement for NAFTA, which Democrats have been demanding for more than a decade now. However, there was this sense among some that it only passed because Democrats were desperate to show that you were doing something other than impeaching the president. Is this the right answer to replace NAFTA?
Well, I'm digging into it intensively this weekend, what the actual change was that was made because of the House Democrats demanding it, and what the implementing legislation will look like. Personally, I will not be able to vote for it unless I'm sure that the effect of the new NAFTA will be to break up the protection contracts and phony unions in Mexico so workers there can actually have freedom, can form unions, can raise their standard of living. Unless wages and benefits rise in Mexico, the jobs of the middle class in this country are going to continue to be sucked out of this country into Mexico, and we can't have that. So we're analyzing it this weekend. That's really our homework.
I've lost track of how many times over the years you and I have talked about NAFTA on this at this table.
I'm truly probably, I mean, as complicated as Andy is, though I probably lean more towards, I have to look at the written language, and I think we've got to be very clear when we vote for this. This is not going to bring, the Democrats made very significant improvements in it in a number of areas, labor enforcement on the pharmaceutical area, and that's been done. There's some concerns in the environmental areas, which I've been talking to the environmentalists about, but NAFTA 1.0 shipped jobs overseas. They're never coming back. If this stops the flow of jobs to Mexico, I'll vote for it. But this is not enough. It's a beginning. It's a first step. It's better than NAFTA 1.0, but we have many other things that we've got to do.
It's interesting, Congressman. President Trump called NAFTA the worst trade deal ever. this looks like it's about 85 to 90% the same thing. Can it be that much of a revolution if it hasn't really been altered that much?
I guess I disagree with your assessment. I don't think it is in a lot of senses. It increases the domestic requirement for parts in automobiles, for example.
Yes.
The other thing it deals with, which is kind of hidden there, is if it wasn't specifically mentioned in NAFTA part, then it was deemed to be North American. So, for example, your entire entertainment unit, that wonderful screen you have in your car, it became North American, despite the fact it's not produced in North America in most cars. So it's a significant sets of issues that are hidden in there. We've got agricultural components that to help with dairy, that help the poultry industry, a variety of folks that were kind of left and damaged by NAFTA. My dad lost his job because of NAFTA. His plant closed. He had to move elsewhere. He ultimately retired early. So I think NAFTA was destructive. I think this is a significant improvement. And as I said when I ran for Congress, if you can get something that's better than where it's at, take it and move on to the next thing. We've got trade issues with China. With Europe, we have significant issues that also adversely impact America that we need to deal with. And if we can't get this done, who else is going to negotiate with us on trade?
In fact, wrap China into this as well, because we saw kind of, I guess, what you'd refer to as a détente that we've reached now on China. Is that any kind of progress at all in the trade war, which has impacted Michigan in a big way?
The one thing we've seen repeatedly is deflecting. This is a critical time that the president must create some smokescreen. One of the things with this trade deal is that our labor voice, those who are actually on the ground and directly impacted, the workers, that's something that I've been in contact with our labor leaders, asking for their concerns. You know, the communication workers, these call centers, you know, when you call any help desk, it's usually not an American answering the phone, and those jobs are gone. And will this fix everything? No. Are we moving in the right direction? Yes. Is this the time to do it? I would question that. I don't think that we're ready to push the button on this, but we must do better than NAFTA. And so the fact that we're all at the table, I mean, somebody needs to give us a data boy. We had the Republicans, the Democrats, and the White House all in the same room working on this issue because it's critical to our economy. Yeah. And the workers are the ones that's gonna, you know, sink or swim with the decisions we make here. So it's very critical.
You want to jump in on what you feel about what's happened with China on this? Because you've talked about China
I mean,
a lot.
the China's attitude and behavior on trade has been totally unacceptable for years. The way Donald Trump's gone about dealing with this has been incoherent and very unproductive. He has caused a huge trade war with China.
Isn't he finally doing something about, for instance, the intellectual property theft and the currency manipulation? It was finally doing something, wasn't it?
Where are the Europeans? Where are the Japanese? Where are the Australians? Where are all of our allies? The only way to get China to change its behavior is to all come together and confront the bad actor and say, none of us are going to accept this. The president's doing it the opposite way. He's fighting with all of our friends and our enemies on trade, and it's caused problems. We're in a manufacturing recession here.
I got about 30 seconds left. Is there anybody at the table that believes that there's a chance that the president's going to be removed from office? I actually now have 15 seconds. Is that a chance? Is that a possibility at all?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I do.
2020.
No election.
Not 2020 either.
Sure.
Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you spending this.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thanks. We'll go 3 and out. We come right back on Flashpoint.